Good morning. It's a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood, and I am feeling so good to see some of this beautiful weather and finally seeing the warm. I'm Yolanda Hinton, host of FYI Morning Show, and it's good to be here. I want to welcome first our viewers, our listeners, Facebook Live, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. TikTok, you're here as well. Make sure you all like, share, comment, and subscribe. As a matter of fact, go to our newest platform over on YouTube at FYI Radio Show host Yolanda Hinton, or you can go to Crystal Records One, Cristo Records One. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe and follow. And we promise we will follow you back. This is FYI Morning Show. What's under the hat? Issues, usually issues concerning men, but I tell you what, we're going to talk about that and more. We have a very, very special guest. We have the Honorable Delegate C.E. Cliff Hayes Jr. He's a member of the Virginia House of Delegates representing the 91st District. We're going to say good morning to you.
Good morning, Sister Hinton, and certainly happy to be here this morning.
I am so glad to see you. You know, throughout the years, I've been a Facebook friend of yours, and I see some of your posts pop up on the wall and everything. And I said, man, I have never met Delegate Hayes, but would love to because I know you are about a good work and you're doing so much in our community. Can I share your bio with my listeners and viewers so they can get a bigger picture of who you are?
Sure.
Absolutely. So, Delegate C.E. Cliff Hayes Jr. is a member of the Virginia House of Delegates, as I stated before, representing the 91st District, which includes portions of Chesapeake and Portsmouth. First elected in 2016, he has earned a reputation as a forward thinking, oh man, I love that, leader focused on technology, economic, development, education, and community environment. Prior to his serve in the General Assembly, he served 8 years on the Chesapeake City Council and has more than 35 years of professional experience in information technology and public sector leadership. Let me tell you something. I think every bit of your bio intrigues me. Because it goes on and on. It talks about you, your studies at Norfolk State University. You graduated from Norfolk State University. And this is what I love about this part of your bio. You played collegiate baseball as and remain deeply to mentoring youth and supporting education opportunities across Hampton Roads. You played baseball.
Absolutely. Uh, my first love was baseball, if you
Yeah.
will. All I ever wanted to do as a child was to be like my daddy. And my father played baseball as well. He was drafted out of high school. He turned that down to go to college, to go to Norfolk State. In fact, he played on Norfolk State's very first baseball team, and
Wow.
he was their first captain under Coach Joe Eccles. And so when I had opportunities offered to me, I just wanted to make sure that I could do everything I could to follow in his footsteps. And so that's what I did.
That is marvelous. You know, along with that, it says in the legislator, you have championed policies advancing broadband expansion, artificial intelligence, governance, workforce development, offshore wind energy, and consumer data protection. You currently serve leadership roles in technology focused legislative bodies, reflecting your expertise at the intersection of public policy and innovation. All that all together is absolutely awesome. That really intrigues me as well. You dealing with technology, that was your major. Uh, Tell us a little bit about that, your major in at Norfolk State University.
Yeah, so I consider myself doubly blessed because when I was in high school, um, my mother worked for the Naval Rework Facility in Norfolk as a quality assurance specialist. And that was at the time very heavy into beginning to utilize technology tools. And so that's what intrigued me to get involved in technology. She bought me my first PC. Back then
Yes.
was a Tandy 1000. She she purchased from Radio Shack, and
Yes.
my best friend, his mother did the same thing, and we were very competitive folks and athletes back then. He would push me, I would push him, and he played baseball. He
Wow.
played football. He was interested in majoring in technology and engineering. And
Yeah.
so, like iron sharpens iron, we decided that we would try to sharpen each other.
Oh, that's
So,
smart.
so when I say I feel doubly blessed, I feel doubly blessed because that's the way that I wanted to go in terms of my profession, following my mother and then following my father, who played baseball. It was very rewarding to be able to get a scholarship in baseball at the collegiate level, and while playing the game, that would pay for my undergraduate education. And
Wow.
so I feel doubly blessed to be in that particular position.
I know you are blessed as well because you're a native of Chesapeake, but you're also married to a wonderful woman, Dr. Keisha Brothers Hayes. And together, you all are proud parents of two daughters. Tell us about you as a family man.
Well, as a family, my wife Kesia and I, well, let me speak about her. She has a very caring and passionate heart for service as well. So when it comes to our youth, she has somewhat built an entire career off of doing what she can do to kind of uplift our youth and point them in the right direction. And so we appreciate that. It just kind of works very naturally for us because that too is a passion of mine. When I was a student at Norfolk State and playing baseball, I had a conversation with then athletic director, Coach Dick Price.
Yes.
And Coach Price, I'll never forget the conversation, said to me, Hayes, you're in your last year here. And as you leave this campus and go on to do whatever it is that you do, I want you to pay close attention to what it is that the ROTC is doing. And so I looked over at the ROTC. He said, notice they're running for their physical fitness activity, running up to this 20-foot wall, and each one of them, one at a time, grabs this rope and they pull themselves up and they scale the wall and disappear on the other side of that huge wall.
Wow.
But notice, not one of them is so selfish that they take the rope with them.
Mm,
There's a long line of people waiting to scale the wall also.
yes.
But each one of them, when they scale the wall, they make sure that they throw the rope back. And so, Hayes, when you leave this campus, whatever you end up doing as a career, make sure that you throw the rope back because there's a long line of folks, generations after you, some you don't even know, you will never see, that will be waiting to grab that rope. And so I have kind of adopted that as a philosophy for me in every aspect of my life, to make sure that I throw the rope back. And I'll say the same about my wife. She
Yes.
continues to throw the rope back.
Mm,
Our daughters, we're blessed. Tonisia is the oldest. She took the path of private school from first grade right on through to 12th grade.
mhm.
And let this be a lesson to us all that there's no cookie cutter approach to life and to our young people, but to do whatever is necessary for us to make sure that they have the opportunities to be the best that they can be. So Tonicia's path was through private school.
Mhm.
Felicia, who's the youngest, her path was through the public school space. And so they both excel even to this day. They're both passionate about helping folks, helping people. Two Christian young ladies just throwing the rope back as well. Tonicia, who went to VCU and then on to law school at the University of Maryland, Baltimore, where she graduated, is a corporate attorney
Yeah.
today.
Yes.
Felicia, who's the youngest, went on to the College of William and Mary.
Oh, wow.
And she ran track there as well.
Mhm.
And let me say, Tonicia was a cheerleader when she was at VCU as well. So they were both athletes. They're both
Yes.
kind of well driven, passionate, following their goals to try to see what they can do to be the best that they can be. But Felicia, when she was at William and Mary running track, broke all kinds of records there in the CAA was the conference that she ran in, and at William and Mary. She was majoring actually in an area of health administration and kinesiology. Um, Pretty much straight A's throughout.
Wow.
Once same for Tonicia when Felicia got to her final year, she
Hmm.
said, "Dad, healthcare is a great field to be in, and the administration of it is a great field. But I want to help little folks. I want to be a teacher, and
Uh-huh.
I want to teach young kids. And so for my final year, I'd like to switch my major, if you will, and I want to pursue a degree, a master's degree, not switch her major, but she wanted to pursue a master's degree
Yeah.
in education. So she went on to finish her undergraduate, and a year after, she had her master's from the College of William and Mary as well in education. And so for the past uh, 4 or 5 years, she's been teaching in the classroom, teaching the fourth grade. And
Oh,
so
okay.
she's pouring in and giving back as well. So we're so proud of them, just kind of flapping their wings and
Yes.
following their passion in their careers.
That is absolutely marvelous. I know you are definitely a proud father, proud family. Giving back is so key. You said having that rope, throw that rope back, make sure others are able to succeed as
Absolutely.
well as yourself and your family. I am curious on how you woke up one day and said, I want to be in politics. Tell us about that moment.
Well, I didn't have a desire or it wasn't a lifelong dream or anything. As I mentioned to you, technology is where I wanted to be. Baseball is where I wanted to be. Um, so after an injury while playing at Norfolk State, it kind of put me on a different path. Um, I knew I wouldn't go on to play professionally after the injury that I had. So I went on and focused on getting my degree. When I finished school, I began working, but at the same time, in the spirit of giving back, I decided I was going to coach baseball. And
Hmm.
so I was a baseball coach at Oscar Smith High School. I was an assistant baseball coach there. And in our public space, the Recreation League in South Norfolk, I coached there as well. And it was a Saturday morning in which the mayor of the city of Chesapeake, who happened to also have been my African American history professor at Norfolk State University, Dr. William E. Bill Ward, God rest his soul.
Yeah.
Dr. Bill Ward came out to our opening day to throw
Mhm.
out the first pitch. And when he threw out the first pitch, we celebrated, and he came over and said to me, I did not realize that you were still in the area. Being in the area, I want to invite you out to a group of men doing some amazing things in the city of Chesapeake. And the group was called Chesapeake Men for Progress.
Wow.
And so I went out with that group, and I was just so impressed. And I decided to join leaders of the city of Chesapeake who were black professional men in strategic positions all across the city. And as I sat with those men over the years, I learned quite a bit. I made relationships with a lot of them, and as Mayor Bill Ward announced he was no longer going to be the mayor, he wasn't going to seek reelection,
Right. Yes.
they began planning getting behind me and asking me to run for city council. And I said, man,
How did you feel about that?
I mean, I felt a little overwhelmed at the time because I thought you had to be somebody who had a passion and a somewhat of a career
Mhm.
in politics or a degree in political science. But they all shared with me, no, you just have to have a passion for something, and that can be your chief uh, issue that you can change policy around. And
Yes.
so those gentlemen, Dr. William E. Ward, March Cromwell, who was the president of the NAACP at the time, Dr.
Yes.
Dr. Hugo Owens, who now in Chesapeake has a school named after him. He was one of the first black city council persons in the city's history, and many other department heads and business owners. They all got behind me as I ran that first time for city council and was successful with their help in getting elected to the Chesapeake City Council.
Yes.
And so, with that group of men, with the help of the Commissioner of Revenue with the City of Chesapeake, the sheriff, and many others, and those men that I mentioned, I was successful in my first run for City Council in the city, and at the time was the youngest person to ever be elected to Chesapeake City Council with their help, of course. And that's how it all began.
Amazing.
I served 2 terms on Chesapeake City Council. Eventually, what happened was then Senator Kenneth Alexander decided to run for mayor in the city of Norfolk. And as he ran for senator in Norfolk, the delegate that was in this seat that I'm in, he ran for that Senate seat. He
Mhm.
got elected. He got elected to the Senate. That was Senator then Lionel Sproul.
Absolutely. Yes.
And folks came to me and said, "Man, you're right from this same community. Your family, your father, your mother they're right from this same community. We believe that you would make a good fit if you're interested in running." And so I agreed and I ran for the House of Delegates
Ooh,
10 years ago and
wow.
was elected. And so we've been at this thing now since 2004
Yes.
in a public life, and we just love throwing the rope back,
Yes.
impacting communities and changing lives is what we're all about.
Absolutely. Now tell us about the 91st district and how you serve it and some of the needs of this district.
Yeah, so the 91st district is represented a portion or the northern end of Chesapeake,
Mhm.
what we call South Norfolk. And the South Norfolk community makes up somewhere in the neighborhood of like 86% of the district. And so for me, having my father, my mother, me, my wife, our cousins, aunts, uncles, everybody just kind of raised in this area of South Norfolk and Berkeley, if you will. Um, we feel like we are literally fighting for the home team.
Wow.
14% of the district is in the city of Portsmouth. So over in the area of Cavalier Manor,
Yes.
Green Acres, off of Airline Boulevard area, are part of this district. Even over to Craddock area is
Yes.
in the district, and so Craddock, as you know, Cavalier Manor, they're
Hmm.
both
That's right. Right
right
there.
on the border, and
Yes.
so uh, everything that those communities wish for in Cavalier Manor, and Craddock, etc., are the very same issues that Camelot,
Hmm.
Deep Creek, South Norfolk, Indian River, Greenbrier. These are the same desires that that community would like to have protected as well. So it's a natural fit
Yes.
to be fighting for this area in the Virginia General Assembly.
How does your constituents feel about the atmosphere now, worldwide, nationally, and locally? Are some people fearful? Are they cynical? Are they, holding on and saying, where are we going from here? The environment of what we're going through in this country is just amazing.
It's amazing. But at the same time, those who, as I mentioned to you, how my African American history professor was the mayor of the city of Chesapeake. He also served as my campaign manager
Wow.
when I ran for city council, when I ran for the House of Delegates the first time. He was my campaign manager. So history is something, in African American history, especially, is something that we've never shied away from, and consider it a privilege to have in our memory. We lean very heavily on that, so we understand the road that we have traveled, not only on this planet, but more specifically in this country. And so it's not a surprise or a shock to us the time that we find ourselves in.
Yes.
And at the same time, in the time that we've been in this country, we've had Reconstruction, right? Since the inception of 1619, right on up to the Reconstruction period and the Civil Rights era, we find ourselves right back at a time where we have to fight.
Yes.
And we as African Americans have been in a fight ever since we've been on these shores. And so that's what we're ready for at this time. We
Mhm.
make some gains, history will show us. And as we make those gains, the other side isn't going to just sit there, right?
Right.
They're going to push forward some type of um, clapback or pushback, and so you have to be ready for that.
Absolutely.
And when that comes, you're in a position that you're going to push and fight back too. And so, for the betterment of our people, generations to come, folks that we don't know their names, we'll never meet them. That's who we're fighting for. They did the same for us, so it's incumbent upon us to make sure those pathways that have been carved out for us, that we make sure that we're keeping those pathways clear
Yes.
for those generations that are coming after us. Just like I mentioned before, Coach William Dick Price talking
Yes.
about throwing that rope back. Well, that's
Mhm.
what we are indebted to do, committed to do, is to throw that rope back.
Absolutely. Is there any special way that you prepare your 91st district for the midterms? That's coming up. We hear a lot of talk, a lot of noise about it. What are you saying to those that you lead?
Well, we understand that there's a intricacy and intimacy at the federal, state, and local level, that relationships as well as the governance needs to transcend all levels of government. Government and politics are a part of our lives, whether we realize it or not, in every aspect, right on down to the faith that we practice. There was politics involved. As a Christian, I understand that Christ was going through a time where the system, if you will, ended up
Yeah.
siding against him, and the crowd of people who celebrated him
Yes,
one day in the same week
absolutely.
before the week was over. Those were the same folks saying, "Crucify him, get him," and it was all because of a king, if you will, who felt the threat that someone was going to be more influential or powerful than he was.
Yes.
That's politics.
Ooh,
Helping people, being able to get resources to those in need, the least of these. We have to make sure that we do the most to assist and to help them. If we're going to say that we're Christians,
yes,
we're trying to be Christ-like. And so that's what we're doing. Uh,
yes,
in our efforts to throw the rope back, we're trying to make sure that we take care of everyone. So getting back to the midterms, as you know, that's on the federal level. We're talking the congressional elections. And in that sense, there are maps that represent what those districts are like.
hmm
And the process normally is that at the state level, we will draw the congressional districts and the maps all across this country. Each state does that, right?
hmm
But that is done normally every 10 years.
wow,
So every 10 years, there's a census that's taken.
hmm
And whatever that population is after that 10-year mark, normally the state comes in and equally divides up and draws lines for what those congressional districts would be like.
yes,
Well, that process now was scheduled to happen at 2030 because the last time was 2020.
yes,
And so that being the normal process, we're just waiting for 2030 to get here. Well, lo and behold, the president winked at some folks in the Republican states of Texas, Missouri, North Carolina, and said, "Get me some more congressional seats
wow,
to protect me,
hmm
to protect their interest."
yes,
Well, in doing so, in Virginia, we decided we were going to help level the playing field
yes,
because they were adding additional seats. We thought it necessary to do our part to help level that playing field. So we decided in Virginia we would redraw our congressional seats as well to help that broader landscape.
absolutely,
And so that's where we find ourselves now. We have redrawn what those maps should be on a temporary basis, only for it to return back to the normal process.
yes,
And
yes,
2030 will be the normal
oh,
process. And we'll just revert back to the normal process at that time.
absolutely,
And so that's where we find ourselves. The Supreme Court of Virginia has recently, on a 4-3 split,
Mhm.
decided that they would throw out and say that we cannot redraw those districts,
Yes.
even though on the national level, the president had started that process. Um, um, we have to keep in mind that those folks were in power for some 24, 25 years straight in the General Assembly because they continued to draw the line so that they could stay in power.
That is amazing.
Well, so that being the case, being in power what comes with that is your ability to appoint judges.
Yes,
So we still experience and have the remnants of some of those judges that were appointed by them. Therefore, that four that voted that way, they were appointed many, many decades ago.
okay, wow.
And so they're trying to uphold the direction coming from the president. All that to say, now that we're in charge and we're in control, we make sure that the courts are totally objective as
Mhm.
opposed to trying to do what we can to cheat. And,
Absolutely.
and so our Attorney General, the wonderful, young, dynamic,
Yes.
very, very capable Attorney General, the first Black Attorney General of the Commonwealth of Virginia
Yeah.
in its whole history, in Jay Jones.
Jay Jones,
He
yes.
he has appealed that decision to the Supreme Court. Now, let me remind you as to why voting is so important.
Thank you.
Because if his opponent had become the Attorney General, he would have been not even interested in challenging the federal actions. But the
Wow.
difference is that election, Jay Jones is sitting in a position to help. And so he has become a brick wall to anything that the president is doing. And we're glad about it because I know I'm glad about it. When I was in college pledging the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated,
Yes.
I went through Park Place, knocking on doors, passing out literature, trying to help Jay
Jay
Jones's
Jo-
father,
Yes.
Gerald Jones,
Gerald Jones.
get elected to the General Assembly in his first run. So I kind of hold a sense of pride in where we are today. A young man who didn't even exist at a time when I was helping his father get elected to the General Assembly, just overwhelmed with joy as I sat on the floor of the House of Delegates, and this young man was sitting right in front of me
Absolutely.
and did a fabulous job as a delegate. Took a break and came back to run for office and continues that fight. And
Absolutely.
so it's a wonderful story that we have in him being elected as the
Absolutely.
first Attorney General.
Absolutely. We're speaking to the Honorable Cliff Hayes. He's a delegate in Virginia House of Delegates. We're going to take a 30-second pause. I need to arrange something. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about technology and your leadership there. This is very interesting. So give me 30 seconds. We'll be right back.
Absolutely.
And we are back and so excited to have our very special guest, Delegate Cliff Hayes, and all the work that you're doing. I am just intrigued. Uh, I was actually looking at my Facebook page earlier, and you popped up. You were talking about the AI for Hope conference. And I said, you're going to have to tell me more about that. It was a panel discussion, I think you said, on health technology, artificial intelligence, John Hopkins in Washington, D.C. Can you tell us, first of all, uh, about being the chairman of communications, and then let's talk about this conference.
Sure. Um, Listen, I am just blessed, right?
Are you still
Because
giddy? Are you still giddy? You said you were giddy.
I'm still giddy about technology, just like I was back in the 10th grade. I'm just as giddy, just as interested, just as curious about what technology can do, and where it's going, and what's uh, coming at us, because we're used to chasing the new technology. But where we find ourselves today with artificial intelligence, it's coming to us, it's
Yeah.
coming at us. And it's important for us to embrace it, not be afraid of it, but to embrace it and learn it. Because there's tremendous productivity that comes out of this tool. The challenge is, however, just as we want to be productive with it, uh, along with and collaborating with good folks, the bad folks realize that too.
Yes.
And so it's going to be imperative and incumbent upon us to make sure that there is governance and guardrails around it. So it's all right to be giddy about it,
Yes.
but but the question is, what about the governance? Uh,
Yes.
it's wonderful to be innovative, but we need to be innovative with guardrails, because when you're innovative and no guardrails, that's just being reckless.
Absolutely.
And if you have guardrails with no innovation, then you're just stifling and suffocating progress.
Yes.
So, how is it that we can find that sweet spot, if you will, to make sure that we're advancing ourselves with this technology? Listen, I talked earlier about revolutions
Yes.
in time.
Yes.
This is the first revolution where everybody, everybody is starting from the same place.
Yeah.
The truth is, 95% of folk don't know a thing about AI.
Absolutely.
Whether you're talking about Democrats, 90 something percent of them don't know a thing about AI. Whether you're talking about Republicans, it's right there, 95% of them don't know a thing about artificial intelligence. If you're talking about um, white folks, 95% of them don't know a thing about AI. If you're talking about us,
We don't know.
95% of black folk don't know a thing
Woo.
about artificial intelligence. But the truth is, we all have an opportunity. If we would all just come on to this start line, the gun is sounded, and we were all at the same place.
Yes.
Other revolutionary periods, we were left behind. People advance and tell us about it later, and we're always trying to play catch up. Well,
Yes.
in this revolution, everyone, it's a level playing field, and we need to learn it. We need to jump in. We need to pass it on to the young people as well and train them so that they, with a tool, can make sure that we advance our entire society. And
Yes.
so I'm doing all I can to try to share that message. And when I got to the General Assembly with a technology background of 35 years, and most of that in the management space, um, I'm in a unique place because most of the people in the General Assembly do not have technology backgrounds.
Wow.
But the interesting thing about it, as much as technology is woven into every aspect of our lives in this time, the truth is um, we are making laws. And as I said to you, most people don't know a thing about it. That includes legislators.
Wow.
And so we're not in the business of making ideas or passing ideas. We're passing laws.
Yes.
And if we're going to be passing laws and people, companies, organizations are going to have to follow it, if that is the case, we might as well have people around it that understand it and will help guide us towards where we need to be. I feel very fortunate to be one of those individuals, having been appointed as the chair of the committee that passes technology laws.
Yes.
So I chair the Communications Technology and Innovation Committee in the General Assembly. But then when we're out of session for those 10 other months of the year, because in Virginia you only have a part-time legislator, we're only passing laws in 2 months.
Oh,
After
wow.
that, those other 10 months out of the year, we're studying issues.
Okay.
And so for those 10 months that we're not in session, I also chair the technology studies. So I chair the Joint Commission on Technology and Science, while at the same time serving on the Joint Commission on Healthcare, while at the same time serving on the Appropriations uh,
Wow.
Committee and the subcommittee that deals with healthcare. So this whole intersection of technology and healthcare is something, it's like right in my wheelhouse.
Yes.
And so to be there, I get contacted pretty often from, I don't know, organizations, companies from around the country asking for advice and participation in technology forums.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what you were referring to just this past week on Monday, I was a panelist to be a part of a convening of technology and healthcare practitioners from around the country.
Yes.
They sat and learned from this panel about how and where artificial intelligence is going, and
Ooh.
how in their states and our state we can establish policy and laws around how to move forward when it comes to artificial intelligence. So sorry for the long answer,
Oh, I
but
love that.
if I get too excited, please forgive
Yes.
me, because sometimes when I think about the goodness of where God has brought me from, being a little kid from South Norfolk and a, guidance counselor in high school who told me and my best friend Gus Wilson, who wanted to pursue technology and engineering as well, told us, no, you cannot pursue those. You can't pursue those careers. Why don't you choose something else? That's what we were told by the guidance counselor at that time. But my then football coaches, both Charlie Stooks
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and
yeah.
as well as Coach George Quarles, um, said to us at that time, listen, if that's what you all want to pursue, it's not up to the guidance counselor to tell you you can't do it.
Yes.
The guidance counselor's job is to guide you toward what field you want to go into. Their job is to tell you which courses are going to be necessary
Wow.
for you all to become those technologists that you want to be.
Mm,
And so he had a meeting with that guidance counselor. Lo and behold, we were then set on a path
wow.
to take the courses, the algebra, the geometry, the trigonometry, the calculus, all of the necessary classes. Watch this, the typing.
All that.
Kids today probably don't even know what a typewriter is.
Absolutely.
And so we had to sit in Miss Kennedy and sit in her class and learn the keyboard and typing, being the only two guys in the class to learn the keyboard, only to find ourselves both in college having to do coding and
Yes.
typing, to be writing our own papers. We didn't have to pay anybody to write our papers.
Absolutely.
We typed our own. And so fast forward to today,
Mm, mm,
to be sitting in the place influencing
yes.
influencing
Yes.
technology policy for the entire Commonwealth of
My
Virginia.
God.
And by the way, Gus, or William Wilson, his nickname was Gus. He went on to North Carolina A&T to major in engineering,
Wow.
and he played football. I went on to Norfolk State to major in computer information systems and played baseball, and the rest is history.
Yes.
So, so it behooves us all to meet our young people where they are and
Yes.
to give them the tools and the guidance and direction for what it is, what map they need to get to the destination that they want to get to in life. Now, serving as the chair of the Joint Commission on Technology and Communications Technology and Innovation, as I mentioned to you, I've been invited to a host of conferences and organizations to help recommend guidance to companies, corporations, to
Yes.
organizations, to individuals, to people, to everyday folks, the use of technology. And so that's where we are today, finding ourselves talking about artificial intelligence.
Yes.
Artificial intelligence is something that is going to take us light years ahead, and right behind it is quantum computing. And so if you're talking about calculations and processing power, in the use of artificial intelligence, quantum computing is going to take us 10,000 times faster
Amazing.
with 10,000 times the capacity. So we're on our way somewhere that none of us know where we're going to be, but I'm just happy to be in a driver's seat.
Talk about the youth. Talk about them and technology. I notice with my grandson and kids all around me that they have really locked in and locked in quick. How do you think they have just embraced technology so quick? Is it because they're exposed to it? What makes them know what to do, how to do it, and just handle it as though they were birthed for this
This moment. Well, first off, in those younger years, I'm not even going to say it stops, but for sure, they're curious.
Ooh,
They're very curious. In fact, I had two frustrating parents
yes.
as I grew up because I was so curious. I used to tear up all of the electronic components around
Oh,
the
wow.
house, including my father's stereo that had his 8-track tapes and his radio frequency and the speakers, all of that equipment. I used to open up the back of that and to figure out what made it work. And only for their frustration when they came home to see
Everything was falling.
wires everywhere, and
Yes.
I was behind it trying to do what I could do to fix it or to understand it. And they allowed that curiosity, right? They
Mhm.
say, okay, you just keep that one. We're going to go buy another one. And you just do what you can with the one that you have started to tear apart.
Wow.
And so, with that curiosity, my mother went and bought a Tandy 1000 computer from Radio Shack because I begged for that because my friend, my best friend, Gus Wilson, his mother had purchased him one. And I told you we were very competitive.
Yes.
We would challenge each other how to write computer programs to make the computer do things. And so I would go to his house and he would sit for times and we would go back
Wow.
and forth for hours
Wow.
writing computer programs to make the computer do things. This was back in the 10th grade or so. And when my mother bought mine, then we started exchanging. He would come to my house, I would go to his house. We would try to outdo each other on who could write the best computer program. We did the same.
Amazing.
We did the same on the athletic fields. If I hit a home run, he came back and hit a home run. If on a football field, um, if he was a running back, I was going to be the running back too. If he was running a touchdown, I was going to run 3 touchdowns. And that kind of healthy iron sharpening iron, if you
Yes.
will, transcended right on over to the classroom and to where we find ourselves heading off to college and pursuing our respective degrees and professions. And that has worked for us.
That is marvelous. Because I was going to ask you, how in the world do you balance so much? This seems a lot, and it just seems you were equipped and prepared and got the tools, like you said early on. Here you are finding yourself in the biggest rooms, finding yourself in some great positions. How do you just take it and just handle your journey so it looks so easy?
I'm not going to say that it's easy at all, but
It looks so easy.
I believe it comes from way back then, probably even before the 10th grade, when
Mhm.
we were in junior high school.
Yes.
I would say 6th, 7th grade. Gus and I both had paper routes.
Yeah.
Same thing today. Young people probably don't even know what a paper route is,
I know.
what a
That's
paper
the truth.
what a paper boy is. But we were both paper boys, and so we would get up because you had to deliver the paper so that people have the papers on their porch when they woke up in the morning. So
Early morning.
we would have to go to the paper drop stop, get our newspapers, roll them up in rubber bands, and on the wet days when it was raining, you had to put them in plastic
Yeah.
sleeves. And we would go get up at 4:30 in the morning and go deliver newspapers before we went to school. And
Wow.
so sometimes I would have to ride my bicycle out to do so. But the majority of the time, my father, who also was a driver for transportation,
Yes.
or at the time it was called TRT, Tidewater Regional Transit. Today we know it as Hampton Roads Transit.
Yes.
My father was a driver for them, and he had to be to work every day by 5:30.
Oh my.
So what he would do is when we got up at 4 a.m., he would drive me to the stop where the papers were. I would sit there on the ground 4 o'clock in the morning and roll these papers up with the rubber bands, getting them ready to toss them.
Yes.
And by the time I finished rolling them all up, my father, while I was doing that, he would drive back home, get himself ready for his job, get dressed, shower, and all of that, come back to the paper route stop where I was. We would throw all of the papers in the back in the trunk of his car,
Oh, wow.
and I would put some of the papers in the car. The other ones, they were all in the trunk, and I sat on the edge of the trunk of the car. He
Off the
drove.
plate.
He drove through the route, and I would toss the papers to the houses,
That's
and
how it was
then
done.
and
Yes.
then for those people who wanted the paper on their porch, I would jump out, run up to the porch, and put the papers on the porch. All
That
that to
was,
say, when we finished the route every morning, my father would drive me back home, drop me off at the house. He would keep on going and go to work.
oh,
I,
wow.
I would go in, get myself ready for school, and then be ready to catch the bus to go to school in the morning. And so as I did that each day and was involved in athletics
Yes.
and school, it was second nature that when school was out, it was time for practice, and I would go to baseball and
Ooh,
football practice. When we got older and got to high school, it was a little bit different, but we added another job, right?
uh-huh.
Both Gus and I, we had our paper routes. We would, after the paper route, go to school. After school at 3:30, it was time for football practice or baseball practice, depending on the season. Go to practice or game. When the practice or the game was over, we had to be at work at the South Norfolk McDonald's from 8 to close.
Ooh,
So we would go there at 8 o'clock to be back there on the grill, flipping hamburgers and cleaning the grill, sweeping the floors, and making sure that when McDonald's closed at 10 o'clock,
ooh,
we would be able to get out of there by 11. Get out of
always
there by
busy.
11. Mom, his mom, sitting out in the parking lot of McDonald's, and we would go home, get home, shower, get ready for bed.
You
And
had done it all. It was nothing else to do.
yeah, so today, I mean, that just continued throughout college and everything.
Absolutely.
And so it's a natural thing for us to understand that it's always something that can be done,
Oh, wow.
right? So in finding after you complete one assignment, it's time for something else.
Something else.
As Nike would say, just do it.
I love that. Look,
So
I'm going to let you go, but is there any event, anything coming up that you want to kind of give information to the community?
I would say on May the 30th, for those inclined to do so, we would love to have you come out for our annual pancake breakfast.
Oh,
You can find those tickets by going online to cliffhays.com or cliffhays.net and get your tickets today for that pancake breakfast. The tickets are only $10. And
okay.
so if you were to purchase your ticket, you can be a part of that program. And then the Sunday after Labor Day, which happens to be, I believe, September the 10th, I believe it is, that Sunday after Labor Day, we have our huge event called the Blue Crescendo, where
Oh,
we celebrate people in the community and give out awards to those who are connecting folks in our communities and to celebrate this time and get ready for these midterm elections.
yes.
And so that's why we call it the Blue Crescendo, because this is the build up
Mm,
to a successful November
yes.
election in these midterms. And
Oh,
so we invite any and all to share with us in those two large events that we have, and just asked you to put a shoulder to the wheel
Absolutely.
and help throw the rope back. Uh,
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I tell you what, we have so many people wishing you well on our social media platform. And we just want to thank you so much for being on and giving us all this wonderful information. You're so inspiring. And I know you work with others to make all this happen. Is there anybody you want to shout out before you go? Anybody that you just say, hey, it's me, but it's them too?
Let me just say that I would be remiss if I did not mention that in this trek of throwing the rope back, I've been involved intimately with the NAACP along my journey. And I used to also get up in my adult years, before going to work. I would be at WPCE at 5:15 every Tuesday morning
Yes,
for the NAACP hour. And so WPCE would allow the NAACP this time from 6
absolutely.
to 7 a.m. to talk about issues in the community. And I would meet then President March Cromwell,
That's right.
and right there on Church Street,
Yes.
every Tuesday morning at 5:15 is where I would be for
Oh,
that radio broadcast. So shout out to March Cromwell, shout
mm,
out to Paul Gillis, um, um, just some amazing people. But in this time, I want to thank my chief of staff, Ms. Tawana Boone Chance, who is everywhere in the community as well,
mhm.
um, doing amazing work for as a part of my team, and even her husband, who they come as a package, Pastor Michael Chance.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
Everywhere she has to be, he is also. And
Very good.
so I get a two for one, if you will, with with the chances. And then I want to shout out to my wife because any and everything that I do,
Mhm.
she's right there partnering with me as well. I want to shout out to Cheryl Moody Reddington, who is my past chief of staff, but she's my policy person today.
Yes.
That's the Hayes team,
Mm.
if you will. I want to thank all those who have come before me, who have served as public policy individuals, doing what we can to continue that throwing the rope back.
Yes. Delegate Cliff Hayes, thank you so much for taking your precious time and being here with me on FYI Morning Show. I look forward to talking with you again. I'm going to definitely keep my eyeballs on what you're doing and any way we can help, anything that you have going on and you want to bring it to us on FYI, you are more than welcome.
Absolutely. So thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you. You have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Absolutely. Be blessed.
Bye-bye. Wow, what a wonder, a wonderment, I'm telling you, to see people serve, see young men serve our community, our nation. It's just marvelous to come with not only, the love of family, but the love of community, the love of God, the love of life, the love of, moving forward into better things. And that rope, I don't think I'll forget that, getting that rope and making sure it's there for others to come up and do what they do and do it. Some of our children and those that are behind us come and they do it even better than we do. And so I'm so excited to finally meet Delegate Hayes, and I just want to just rah him and thank him and his family for being who they are in our world. We need people, we need leaders that have our best interests in mind. And that's why it's so important for us to go and vote for our leaders. A lot of people sit back and say, well, our vote don't count. It does count, and it counts because we are choosing those that can lead us into better things and to help us to secure a better future for ourselves and our children and those beyond them. And so make sure you all, support our leaders such as Delegate Hayes. Make sure you go out and vote. Make sure you do what you can do as a citizen, to make this the best place, the best environment that you can make it. It's no need for us to sit back and be fearful when we have good leaders. There's no need for us to sit back and be cynical when we can do something about our situations. And so you all see the cause, you see the need. Delegate Hayes is telling you the things that we should be mindful of. We should pay attention to technology and AI and what's going on with our laws. And make sure you are paying attention and make sure you support. Make sure you have your children in the room with you when you're talking about things like politics and what's going on in our country and our world. And when we're talking about AI and where it's going, the laws that need to be there to protect our children, make sure we are involved. And so we just thank you all for joining us. I want to shout some of you all out. Edwina Coleman, how are you? User 12243778282. Thank you for joining us. Double, I think it's double RY. I believe that's what it is. Nika, hello. Nancy, hi. Justin, Madison, more like, let's see, what else? Who else? I think I'm not sure if it's Malik, but it's like M-E. It's close to that. Excuse me if I've got it wrong. C-Dub, what's going on? Let's see. Doberman, that's cute. Tequila, I think that's it. Lulu, Kevin Stage, George, let's see, George, I don't want to mess that up. I think it's A. Bright, Brenton. I'm not sure. Victoria, hi. Chin, what's going on? Yvette, hi. Thank you for joining us. Pam, what's going on? Miss Tate, Nivea, Ola, I think that's what it is. Mabel, Justin, Tasha, Mac, Nay, Tracy, who else? Ting, what's going on? F. Leona, 63, how are you? Superman, is that Superman fat? AC, what's happening? Gary, Gary Majette, how are you? Good to see you again here on our platform. I've been checking you out as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Yvette, what's going on? William, Valerie, Intentional. Oh, wow. Just so many of you guys on. So many of you all that have supported. Ernestine, hi. Blessed Child. Good morning, Paul. What's happening? Eugene. Mildred, what's going on? Muhammad, Haseeb. Just so many wonderful people that are on sharing it with us. I hope you all enjoyed the show. Delegate Cliff Hayes came on with us, shared with us, his life, his history, and some of the things that we should be keeping in mind, talking about the upcoming election, midterms, talking about artificial intelligence and the fact that he is chairman of those wonderful communication technology innovation committee. He's in big rooms and he's in high places, making sure we're protected, making sure all those industries that he's associated with come together and make things work for us. Make sure, again, that you all support leaders like Delegate Hayes. Make sure you all go and vote. Make sure you get involved in your community, and make sure you take care of yourself, your family, and do the things that's going to secure a better future for us all. I'm going to give you some upcoming shows, and then we will be going. Manny Hernandez, what's going on? Mine 23. James Hawkins, what's up? Archbishop. The Real Maya, Sassy Baby. Do the low, I think 3. I think that's what it is. Stanley, what's going on? Philip, hi. Thomas, what's going on? Reed, G. Lee, I think that's it. Rod, so many. Pete, man, Peak. I can't get the rest of it. It's going too fast. Shema, Jeanette, hello. Angela and Tanya and everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Slim Overton, what's going on? Good to see you up here. You're on the move, still doing your thing, and I'm glad to see you up here. Those on Instagram, good morning. Those on Facebook, Sheila Robbins, and all you all that have decided to just bless us and be a part of what we're doing. Thank you so much. So anyway, we got some upcoming shows. On Friday, don't forget to join us. We have, let me make sure I have everything up here. Miss Serena Mann. That's going to be on talking about working with the community and talking about doing things for our youth and having all kind of programs. And not only that, she's bringing together a group of nonprofits and companies that can help us to have a better future for our community. And it's so many people. This is what I love. There's so many people doing so many things. It's just great to see. Denisha Ross says Delegate Hayes is a fine example to what a good leader looks like. She said she was talking about Virginia showing up, but the Supreme Court said no. That was in our redistricting map just recently. Oh wow, we've got to talk about that more and see what we can do here in Virginia to make things better. As we go toward the midterms. Then we have Miss Sheila Robinson. She says good morning over here on Facebook. And we're so glad to see everybody here. So let me just give you a little bit more. Serena Mann, don't forget Friday at 9:30 a.m. to join us for Fun Friday. She's going to bring great information for us. We also have Chris Hinton that's going to be coming on. With Real Estate 2026. We're going to have our friend Ferguson is going to be with us, a comedian here from the Hampton Roads area. He's going to join us soon. I will definitely put those things up, and so you all can follow the schedule. Of course, Monday Sports Talk. Oh my goodness, did you all, the Lakers are gone, y'all. Oh my goodness, Oklahoma shut down the Lakers. I tell you what, we're going to cover that on Monday Sports Talk. We're continuing to schedule our May-June calendar. If you want to be a special guest sponsor, you need to inbox me or either email me at FYIRadioShowLive@gmail.com. Get in touch with me and also follow me on social media. Facebook Live, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Over here, TikTok is Y Hinton. If you're not over here yet, make sure you come over here and follow. I'll follow you back. But make sure you're following and subscribing to channels, especially our YouTube channels at FYI Radio Show host Yolanda Hinton, and also Crystal Records 1, CRISTO. Before I go, do you all mind if I mention the sponsors? Well, our sponsors are Bulvic Academy, Bulvic Academy.com. Make sure you go to www.bulvicacademy.com. Make sure you see all the information there. The books for our young people, addressing anti-bullying issues. Also, you have the game Bulvic there, Bulvic. You can find that game also on iTunes and Google Play. You have books in Spanish, books, anti-bullying books in English. You got downloads, you got hard copies, you got it Audible. Go to bulvicacademy.com, Bulvic, one of our sponsors, bulvicacademy.com. Also, Beard Gods, Beardgodz, and make sure you check out all the things. Men, you got these nice beards. You know, they seem like they styling beards more than they ever had, but you want to take care of it. You want to know the proper way of keeping it clean and oiled, and he has the balms, he has the shampoos and the conditioners, he has the vitamins, everything you need in order to make yourself look the best that you can make yourself look. There's www.beardgods, beardgodz.com. So anyway, I want to say bless you. I want to say thank you for joining me. Be blessed. Just take care of yourself. Do the best you can. Hello, Sebastian. Dice person, I believe that's it. YASCUKRAI. I can't pronounce it. Okay, Track Queen. Oh, Queen Mother. Hello. Yvette, what's going on? JAGDEEP. I think it's Jagdeep. Nas, hello. Sheila. There goes Sheila over here too. Good morning. Amanda, what's going on? Margaret, so many of you all on. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your support. We're going to see you on Fun Friday. Don't forget to join me. Okay, don't forget to join me there. Thank you so much. We're going to see you real soon. And don't forget the music, Yolanda Hinton. Go to anywhere where music is sold, and you can check out music there. Even the song that you hear in the intro has Yolanda Hinton singing on it. Make sure you go there and get the music by yours truly, Yolanda Hinton. So look, I'm going to see you all again. Thank you for joining me. A very beautiful day to you all. Make sure you are taking care of yourself and make sure you stay blessed. Bye now.